presentation by myself. This is you'll see a new avatar. I don't think many people would not be knowing this side of me. Many do. I'm going to speak about my core business today, which is manufacturing and trading of industrial hoses and hose pipes. These are rubber, flexible hose pipes used in big industries, big machines, hydraulic, pneumatic, air, steam, chemical, various applications. So I'm just going to share the screen with you in a second. Host has disabled participants. Host, sir, please. Is there a possibility?
Yes, your screen is not visible yet.
No, go ahead. Do it now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir. Can we see it now?
Yes.
All right. Now I need to understand how to move the screen. Okay, it's moving. So let me start from the beginning. So my company is called the Flexible Hose Company, and the brand is called Hose King. We write the experienced people under the brand because we have about 35 years behind us. I'm the second generation entrepreneur. I'm carrying forward the mantle from my father, who actually was working with a big brand earlier. Then he took up to creating his own venture and was very successful, considered one of the pioneers in this industry. 1987, he started his own business. And today we've come to a level where we have been exporting this brand to Middle East, and very successfully so. Even in these very trying times, I have received one of my biggest orders from Qatar Petroleum, which is going to be delivered in the next couple of months. So all's going good. This is the company, the business which has kept me buoyant in these times where my hotel and my travel industry is totally dead. But moving in the travel industry as well. So great on that, Mohit. Really, really happy to hear that. Thank you. What jaldi aa gaya? Sorry, just a moment, please.
No.
Yeah. So if you look at this picture, I was going to present today without any.
We can't see.
Your picture.
The screen is not visible now.
अच्छा.
You got to share.
Sir, मैंने share तो किया था. एक मिनट से दोबारा try करता हूँ.
Sir, मन से नहीं किया.
I so agree. ये सर मन से तो किया था. अब आया सर?
आ रहा है.
Yes. Now we got it.
There's some lag with my laptop, so can you see rubber hoses for hydraulic machines written there?
Yes.
Okay, so if you see this black part, the black part are rubber hoses. These are made of rubber, and then the metallic part at the end, what you see are called end fittings. Of course, when you say rubber hoses, rubber flexible hoses, people don't really get it very clearly. But when you see an image, this is how these hoses are used. They carry fluids, oils, steam, gases, chemicals, and this is what we manufacture. These hoses are a product which are basically meant for very high pressures and sometimes very high temperatures as well. Rubber hoses per se are used for high pressures. And in this picture, if you see this red line in the center of the hose.
Yes.
Right. This is basically a reinforcement, which is done over the rubber in the center, and then over the reinforcement, then there's another rubber cover, which comes on top, which you see where the printing is done. This reinforcement actually enables these pipes to withstand very, very high pressures, and आप उसमें rayon की कर सकते हैं braiding, steel की कर सकते हैं braiding, copper wire की कर सकते हैं braiding, depending on what the client requires. So this is the product that Hose King brand deals in, and We also deal in these kind of hoses, which are called metallic hoses. Metallic hoses, most of you would be surprised that there is something where by which you can make a metal tube flexible. It's called a process of corrugation. Corrugated डब्बे देखते हैं ना जिसमें वो नालियां होती हैं, ऐसे ही metal sheets को corrugate कर दिया जाता है, and then that sheet is made into a pipe, and उसके ऊपर ये wire की braiding कर दी जाती है, and then the fittings are fitted, become a flexible hose for high temperature applications. So this is another product that my company makes. The recent creation, I would say, yes, creation, because we have worked for the last 2.5 years to create high quality, and I want to lay emphasis on high quality colored rubber hoses. India in the overseas markets is notorious for delivering bad quality, low quality rubber hoses, and it's called the L1 segment, which is the segment where low prices are more important. Quality is not given very high marks to. We have entered a segment where quality is the basic. Price is not of the major concern, and there are standards all across the world like ISO, BS, British Standard, which a manufacturer has to comply with, adhere to, conform to every spec, and if in case that is met, then the buyers are very happy to engage with you and buy products from you. Indian manufacturers over these years has not really given a triangulated approach to this particular segment, but we luckily started doing this 2.5 years ago and have found success. The reason why I've received this big order from Qatar Petroleum, and I'm supplying these colored hoses to them. You can see the brand Hose King on these hoses. Let me come back to this little story about and a sort of a reiteration of what Mohit ji just said about relationships and retention. So these hoses are being manufactured by a vendor of ours, not by us per se, and he was very, very skeptical about taking this project up because it was very tough to get the exact coloring on the outer cover. It's only because of our relationship for the last 35 years that he had agreed to. He has spent a lot of money developing these products and has asked us nothing. It's only trust, the relationship, and the support that we've reciprocated with to each other that he has developed these hoses for us, and we've been able to successfully supply them to Qatar. So relationship and retention was quite essential here. This is another kind of product which is called Ptfe hoses. These are Ptfe का full form polytetrafluoroethylene होता है, काफी लोगों को समझ में नहीं आएगा, but it is basically meant for high chemicals, high temperatures, corrosive chemicals, and medical applications. So इसमें भी आप बाहर देखेंगे तार की ब्रेडिंग है, वो ब्रेडिंग इंश्योर करती है कि जो अंदर की ट्यूब है उसमें जितना भी प्रेशर डाल दें, ब्रेडिंग उसको it withholds it. Now this is something where Hose King, with which Hose King is famous all over India in the known fraternity. It's called the ammonia charging lines. It's a refrigeration industry hose pipe, and I've missed the D in the cold. It's also used in cold storages, and Hose King is one of the top brands and the most sought after brands for these hoses in India. We connect our hoses with these what is called quick connect couplings. Normal ये वो उसमें thread होती है जिसको आपको spanner से tight या loosen करना पड़ता है. These are much quicker than those nuts and bolts. They are just the one on the right is spring action, the one on the left is cam action. So you just basically open the cams and the fitting comes off, lock the cams and the fitting locks in and seals the flow. Similar with the right one. Generally, this is the kind of specification we send to a client when we are selling a product to them, just so that it clarifies further what kind of products we're dealing in. The kind of industries, I couldn't collate the whole list here, but the kind of industries we deliver to or expect business from are paper mills, steel plants, heavy machinery and equipment manufacturers like earth movers, sugar mills, thermal plants, petroleum industry, of course, earth movers, industrial gases and shipyards. Any heavy industry cannot do without hoses. Any hydraulic equipment cannot do without hoses. जहाँ पे भी gases, liquids flow होने हैं at a certain pressure and temperature, वहाँ flexible hoses के बिना काम नहीं चल सकता. It's impossible. Rigid pipelines are restrictive. They can't be fitted everywhere, especially where machines are moving. अब बड़ी बड़ी cranes और hydraulic ये bulldozers देखते हैं, ये hydraulic pressure से चलते हैं. अगर इसमें flexible pipe ना दी जाए तो ये काम ही नहीं कर सकते, because वरना ये हिले ही नहीं पाएंगे. So just it's core requirement in such industries. Some of the clients which we are dealing with and similar clients we'd expect as references from the Manzil members and visitors is Vikram Sarabhai Space Research Center. Now, Vikram Sarabhai Space Research Center, big achievement for us again, because they were wanting to purchase from India a hose which could deliver 1680 extremely high pressure. I'm sure it will not make sense to you, but that is kind of pressure. If a hose bursts under that pressure, will be hit like a bullet or more and will be killed instantly. So a hose cannot fail. So we are the only people Sarabhai Space Research Center, critical application, and we know if in case a hose fails, we'll be blacklisted from all PSUs in India if they announce it. BHEL, BPCL, NTPC, Khana Paper Mills, HAL, Erat and Lima, Berger Paints, Vector Foods, Apollo Tires, ISO Tractors are some of our clients. The list is long, and I would love to share if in case anybody is keen or able to connect us with some of such industries. Brand is Hose King. Thank you very much for listening. That's about it.